heard that you've been talking shit?
Maybe 1%.
What's that about?
It's like, it kind of,
And there's video footage of it.
I've really tried to distance myself from all of it. And
No, Jamie, play it.
that man loves me so much. And, you know, look what we've built. We've built a beautiful life and we have 2 healthy, beautiful children.
What do you mean by that?
He's also a fox.
Right.
Yeah. Slay the dragon, save the princess.
It's all bullshit.
Hey, just sending love and checking in.
Shut the fuck up.
No, but it's a good one.
Who the fuck are you?
About what? What now? What is it now?
What the f did you just say?
But there is something really disturbing.
These are your last moments. It's gonna be horrific.
Yeah. I loved it.
It finally happened. Netflix just dropped a harsh wake-up call on Meghan Markle, and let's just say she's not exactly handling it with grace. Her show, an absolute train wreck. Critics tore it apart, and the audience, even harsher.
Look at that face. She's not happy.
Oh, yeah, it's so hard to be pretty. So your life is so hard. You're a fucking princess. I wonder how hard it is to be Cinderella when you look like the fucking step witch's mother. That's a character you didn't even know about.
I didn't even know you were black.
We're talking bottom of the barrel ratings, literally some of the worst on the entire platform. Behind the scenes, sources say Meghan is fuming, pointing fingers in every direction except the mirror.
All the young women in particular who worked for her quit in tears. She so wore them down and was so nasty. Then when she started her own company, similar reports coming out from Montecito about how no one can work for her. She's a nightmare behind the scenes.
Like the starring Meghan, Duchess of Sussex.
Yes.
What's the title of her show? Love Meghan. For what? To watch? Who wants to watch Meghan Markle bake a pie?
But here's the kicker. Netflix already filmed not 1, but 2 full seasons of With Love, Meghan. And despite the tidal wave of bad press and eye-roll-worthy reviews, they're doubling down and dropping season 2 anyway.
This is really grueling to get through.
Yeah.
So I did episodes 1, episode 2, and episode 8.
Yes, this disaster is getting a sequel. Somewhere, the cancellation fairy is definitely on vacation. Now, people are starting to ask, has Netflix completely lost the plot, or are they just too far in to pull the plug? Let's be honest, this wasn't just a flop, it was a full-blown Netflix catastrophe.
I somehow stumbled across a Netflix commercial for the Meghan Markle show. The American actress who became a duchess, who tried to destroy the royal family, which then booted them out of England. How bad, that trailer, that seems like the worst show that I've ever heard of.
With Love, Meghan was supposed to be her grand comeback, the moment she silenced the haters and proved she had the star power to carry a show. Instead, viewers called it exactly what it felt like: fake, forced, and totally disconnected from reality.
Oh my God, that hat. Oh God, he's so hot. Look at him. Isn't Prince Harry? She bagged a fox. But look how nice is she. Pulling away from her lovely prince. It's so good. Who's filming this?
Remember when Spotify labeled her a grifter and everyone thought that was rock bottom? Yeah, that was just the warm-up act. This question mark, this is Meghan Markle's Hollywood crash and burn moment, and we're all watching it unfold, one awkward episode at a time. And just when you thought things couldn't get any messier, boom, Meghan's DIY bath salt recipe from the show has now sparked a legal firestorm.
A Meghan Markle fan has claimed the Duchess's homemade bath salt recipe left her with catastrophic burns and threatened to launch a £7 million lawsuit.
A woman in Maryland, Robin Patrick, says the mix gave her severe burns and ulcers. She's diabetic and claims ingredients like arnica and Himalayan salt made everything worse. Now she's coming after Meghan, Netflix, or an Archewell, demanding a jaw-dropping $10 million in damages.
Robin has said she is willing to resolve the matter without legal action if a financial settlement is reached.
I was so happy.
So, if you thought the show's bad reviews were rock bottom, buckle up, because what Meghan did in her latest interview, yeah, it might just top everything. Meghan Markle is out here crying on podcasts.
And that's, I think, the best part about being a mom. And we go back to like a love language or gifts. It's not about the grandeur of a gesture.
It's so fake.
Like, this can't be real. It's weird, right?
It sucks.
Are you joking?
It's
This
bad.
is terrible. You suck. You suck.
And signing gift cards with a royal title she technically doesn't even have anymore.
Meghan Markle is now accused of breaking the agreement with the late queen after podcast revelation.
Meanwhile, her staff, they're quitting one after another. But behind all the headlines and carefully staged tears, it's lawsuits, public backlash, and whispers about a shady past that just won't stay buried.
All the young women in particular who worked for her quit in tears. She so wore them down and was so nasty. Then when she started her own company, similar reports coming out from Montecito about how no one can work for her. She's a nightmare behind the scenes.
Let's be real, at this point, her most fitting title might be the Duchess of Drama. And here's where it gets wild. People online are saying that Gayle King, the talk show host, has more credibility as an astronaut than Meghan does as an authentic public figure.
Hearing Meghan talk about Harry and how much of a fox he is.
He's also a fox, if you haven't noticed. My husband's very, very handsome.
I mean, have you ever heard somebody have to try so hard to be like, put it out there? I'm not buying it.
There's nothing I like about her. Well, she never stops whining. My castle's too small. Yeah. The queen is mean to me. They won't let me call myself Her Royal Highness anymore, but I'm gonna put it all over my stationery and on the gifts that I give to my friends.
Meghan recently sat down with Jamie Kern Lima, a self-made billionaire known for her motivational story, for a podcast that promised raw, emotional honesty. But what listeners actually got? Something that felt more like a staged PR pitch than a genuine conversation.
Are you in love now more than ever?
Are you in love? How happy and beautiful is your husband? He's so beautiful.
The host's energy, off the charts, cringy.
And Meghan started accepting all these compliments. I know I'm great, aren't I?
And somehow, Meghan managed to come off even faker than she did pretending to cook on her Netflix show. Seriously, just watch the clip.
Would you ever run for office?
No.
Never.
No.
Never.
Never. Oh my gosh, I work so hard and I appreciate what hard work looks like. I like working hard.
Meghan's not having a heart-to-heart. She's parading her famous friends like props, hyping herself up on her own podcast, all to feed the ego machine. Meghan dabbed her eyes, voice trembling, pretending to hold back tears as she talked about the pressure she's under. But something didn't sit right. Viewers quickly caught on. There were no actual tears, just the performance of crying.
And she also is pretending that she's crying. We zoomed in just to see. There isn't a tear in sight. Dan, look at this. I invite the viewers to take a close-up look at this. Where's the tear?
And social media, they pounced. Within hours, critics resurfaced an old clip of Meghan laughing about her ability to cry on command, literally bragging that she can squeeze out a tear in seconds.
Now make yourself cry. Yeah. Oh, I can do that so well. Oh my God, it's crazy. You're like, Meghan, one tear, left eye, go. Give me 3 seconds.
That video hit like a bomb. Suddenly, what was supposed to be a vulnerable moment looked more like a polished Hollywood rehearsal than anything real. That resurfaced clip did major damage. Suddenly, Meghan's podcast Tears looked a lot more like acting than actual emotion. And just as the buzz started to settle, body language expert Scott Rouse stepped in. And what he pointed out only poured fuel on the fire.
Meghan, how are you? And are you okay?
That's so kind. I am. I'm better than okay. How are you?
That smile's a little bit over the top. And that single shoulder shrug she has, that usually indicates that person isn't very confident with their answer or their statement.
He highlighted Meghan's rapid blinking, awkward facial expressions, and hand gestures that didn't quite line up with what she was saying.
I couldn't tell anyone who I was dating and he was keeping. So I think we were just on a letter basis.
Yeah.
This is fake. She knows exactly when that happened. The eye search she's got going on there, that's forced and faked, as is the facial expression.
According to Rouse, these non-verbal leaks often signal discomfort or even deception. And then came the moment Meghan talked about her emotional pain. Her voice cracked, but her face strangely calm. No visible tension, no signs of real emotional struggle. That mismatch had viewers asking the one question no publicist wants to hear. Was this genuine heartbreak or just another Oscar-worthy performance?
There are times we get together and I'm like, I just want to have DoorDash come in. And you're like, let's make some. And I'm like,
no, I don't want to cook again, Meghan. My God, take a break.
But to the world, it's just, what has she been doing? Does she work? As opposed to, oh my gosh, I work so hard and I appreciate what hard work looks like. I like working hard.
The beginning of that clip where she's like, oh my God, it's so inauthentic.
Meghan says she writes emails to her kids every single night so they can read them when they grow up. Sweet in theory, but let's be real. No kid wants to scroll through thousands of bedtime emails from their mom. They're not that bored.
So I'd created for the kids these email addresses that sort of like names again that you would never guess that I will give them at some point in their lives when they're older. But before I go to bed almost every night.
Meghan, my God, you get praise every day. Getting attention every day. You gotta praise yourself on Mother's Day? Really? It's all branding. Did you notice it? It's all branding to make herself look more relatable and motherly.
During the podcast, a photo popped up of a gift basket Meghan had given someone. Cute moment, right? But then came the twist. Attached was a handwritten card, signed Her Royal Highness.
With the compliments of HRH, which is Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex.
You made homemade strawberry jam. It's kind of like a doctor when you keep referring to them as doctor and like, call me Susan. You know, like I would never refer to myself as Her Royal Highness.
Is it a bad look for Meghan to still refer to herself as a royal?
No, it's not.
There you are.
Because,
Wake me up when you're done.
Thank you.
Just one problem. She's not allowed to use that title anymore. Not in public, not in private, not at all.
The agreement that was made did not remove the title. It restricted the way it was to be used. It was not to be used publicly. And she was giving a friend some strawberry jam that she made herself, and she wrote HRH, the Duchess of Sussex.
So the real question is, why is Meghan still clinging to it like it's her personal brand? After stepping back from royal duties, Meghan officially lost the right to use the Her Royal Highness title. But that didn't stop her from using it anyway. Critics, they called it delusional.
I think if somebody gives you a gift, you can say, you know, so-and-so, my friend so-and-so gave me a present.
Yeah.
I don't feel like she needed to show that.
Even some of her own friends reportedly found it downright cringe. And the internet, absolutely ruthless. Comment sections lit up with messages like, you can't have it both ways, Meghan. You quit the crown, so stop acting like you're still wearing it.
She wants all of the privileges that go along with an identity, but she doesn't want any of the responsibilities. She doesn't want to do any of the work. She wants the tiara. She doesn't want the public service.
But here's the real twist. It's not just the public turning up the heat anymore. Now, even the monarchy is feeling the pressure. In a recent poll, a staggering 97% of respondents said King Charles should officially strip Harry and Meghan of their remaining royal titles.
Harry comes out and gives this interview in which he not only says he doesn't know how long the king has left to live.
I don't know how much longer my father has. He won't speak to me because of this security stuff.
Which the royal family was like, hey, let's not talk about the king's mortality because you don't know, specifically because the king has refused to speak to you since February 2024. Now that is over a year ago.
So far, King Charles has kept his lips sealed. No public reaction, no behind-the-scenes confrontation. But according to royal insiders, Prince William, he's not planning to play the waiting game. The moment he steps into power, sources say he's prepared to draw a hard line. To him, what Harry and Meghan have done isn't just disappointing, it's a flat-out betrayal. And he's reportedly ready to shut the door on them for good, to shield the crown's reputation.
How are Prince William and his wife Kate Middleton responding?
They're done. They're done. William doesn't even want to hear Harry's name anymore. He's just kind of like, don't bring him up. We're good.
Whether he actually goes through with it or not, one thing's crystal clear. This isn't just some messy family fallout anymore. The rift between the Sussexes and the royals has morphed into a full-blown public spectacle, especially with Prince Harry still making headlines, this time over security. He's out here acting like he's the only parent in the world trying to protect his kids.
I don't know how much longer my father has. He won't speak to me because of this security stuff. I would love reconciliation with my family. I've always, there's no point in continuing to fight anymore. As I said, life is precious.
If you are trying to reconcile with your family, if you are trying to make amends, you don't go on TV and blame them again. This is literally the last thing.
Instead of owning his choices, he's pointing fingers at everyone else, demanding royal-level protection without the royal-level responsibilities. Let's be real, he stepped away from royal duties, but still expects the full perks package. The audacity is next level.
She decided she didn't want to be a real princess because to be a real princess involves duty and responsibility, caring about other people. And so she just wanted to be a pretend princess in Hollywood, so she split her husband off from his royal family and then inked a $1 zillion deal with a bunch of media companies, and then all her projects flopped.
He's reportedly refusing to pay out of pocket, yet wants the palace to pick up the tab. It's like quitting your job, then demanding to keep the company credit card. Needless to say, that didn't go over well. He lost that fight. And the public reaction? Absolutely ruthless.
That you don't call another human being your highness? You're complaining about your hard life, and you're so privileged. It's just so weird.
It's ridiculous.
I don't know how much longer my father has. He won't speak to me because of this security stuff. For the time being, it's impossible for me to take my family back to the UK safely.
That's a lie. You can take them back whenever you want. You can bring your own security. You can ensure that they're safe. You can go to safe spots. There are a million ways to do it. Don't announce it. Don't tell people you're coming. Just show up and find a space and make sure it has even extra security.
Meanwhile, Meghan was already onto her next move, trying to reinvent herself yet again, this time with her lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard. It quietly got rebranded as Ever.
Last year, I had thought, you know what, American Riviera, that sounds like such a great name. It's my neighborhood. It's a nickname for Santa Barbara, but it limited me to things that were just manufactured and grown in this area. And I've been waiting for a moment to share a name that I'd secured in 2022, and this is the moment. And it's called As Ever.
But the rollout fell flat almost immediately. First off, the name wasn't exactly original. Several small businesses were already using it, and let's just say they weren't too happy. Then came the real eye-roll moment, the logo. It looked suspiciously like the official coat of arms from a Spanish town, sparking a legal mess no one saw coming.
This relaunch has now descended into a farce, it would seem, because officials in the Spanish town of Mallorca have accused the Duchess of Sussex of copying its traditional coat of arms for the logo of her newly revamped
well, it's pretty close, isn't
luxury brand. It does look very, very close.
Online, the response was brutal. The glossy curated image didn't fool anyone. To a lot of people, it reeked of desperation, a last-ditch effort to claw back relevance and cash. And when the products sold out in just 30 minutes, most figured out fast. She only made a tiny batch to begin with.
When I was reviewing her website in real time, doing my video, it said coming soon. But then, like 5 minutes later, we see that she put sold out.
Long before Meghan Markle ever stepped into the royal spotlight as the Duchess of Sussex, her past was already stirring up whispers, and not the flattering kind. One of the most persistent rumors, that Meghan once worked as a yacht girl.
Wasn't there some speculation that she was on Epstein's yacht at one point in time? There was like photos with her and Prince Andrew way back in the day when she was like in her early 20s. Wow.
It is interesting how she's exposing her as a yacht girl, someone who was paid off by rich men to go and hang out.
A term used for women brought in to socialize at lavish yacht parties hosted by the world's elite. Now, was it ever confirmed? Number. But the story stuck like glue, fueling endless speculation. Some insiders claim she may have attended those high society events early in her career.
As author Kirby Sommers suggested, that the then Meghan Markle likely spent time with Prince Andrew and Jeffrey Epstein before she even met Prince Harry.
Listen, I brought Meghan Markle, whatever her name is, to my Deal or No Deal celebrity golf tournament. She was one of my Deal or No Deal girls that were, she was a caddy for all of my celebrities.
Though solid evidence has never come to light. And then there's the other eyebrow-raising theory, that Meghan wasn't nearly as clueless about the royals as she claimed. While she played the wide-eyed outsider meeting Harry by chance, some believe she knew exactly what she was getting into.
Meghan Markle, the only thing she found was a rich, famous husband.
The nearest thing Meghan Markle ever had to a billion-dollar idea was marrying a prince.
It was planned from the beginning. She denied being interested in the royal family, which she totally was. I know someone who knows the ex-husband who said she had a vision board with Prince Harry on it.
So, was it fate or was it strategy? While Meghan publicly claimed she knew little about Prince Harry or the royal family, her old blog posts and even comments from friends paint a very different picture. They hint at a long-standing fascination with royal life.
My castle's too small. Yeah. The queen is mean to me. They won't let me call myself Her Royal Highness anymore, but I'm gonna put it all over my stationery and on the gifts that I give to my friends.
Some even suggest she had a quiet ambition to step into that world someday. Whether it was just admiration, pure coincidence, or a strategy she's been sidestepping for years, one thing's becoming harder to deny. More and more people believe Meghan's royal ascent wasn't some magical twist of fate. It was calculated and carefully played.
I love that your eyes are sparkling right now.
Oh. Oh my God. Dan, I threw up in my mouth.
Yes.
So as the drama keeps unfolding and the royal spotlight burns hotter than ever, Meghan and Harry remain at the center of a storm they may have helped create. The world keeps watching, but not always with sympathy.
Oh, you look like Snow White and I'm the fucking dwarf! What's it feel like to control your bowels?
And if you've made it this far, I want to hear from you. Do you think this was all part of Meghan's master plan? Or has the public just turned too cynical to see her side? If you're into breaking down the truth behind the headlines and unpacking the chaos behind celebrity facades, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join the conversation here on Star Spotlight. We're just getting started.